Good afternoon, I'm Raylene Ramsey. This is your afternoon news fix for Monday, the 11th of November. The government has announced law changes to better protect people in state care ahead of tomorrow's national apology. They'll remove the power to strip search children in care, strengthen restrictions on those working with young children, and enforce better government agency record keeping. Political reporter Demelza Jackson has more.
The Responding to Abuse in Care legislation amendment bill will also amend the Crimes Act to include disability in the definition of a vulnerable adult. The legislation responds to a Royal Commission of Inquiry report estimating roughly 200,000 New Zealanders were abused in care between 1950 and 2019.
The bill will have its first reading after the Prime Minister's state apology. And Parliament's Speaker has backtracked on barring an investigative journalist from tomorrow's state apology. Jerry Brownlee initially declined Aaron Smale's accreditation application, citing conduct on a prior occasion. Smale has covered abuse in care for close to a decade. After pressure, Brownlee's allowed Smale to attend if accompanied by a newsroom reporter. The Green Party has asked the Speaker to allow a conscience vote on the Treaty Principles Bill. A hikoi set off from Northland today, with tens of thousands expected to take part over its 9-day journey to Parliament to protest the legislation. The ACT Party bill gets its first reading on Thursday, but its second reading won't be supported by National or New Zealand First. Greens co-leader Chloe Swarbrick says it's divisive and a waste of time.
It is time for the 123 members of Parliament in this place to take individual responsibility for whether the Treaty Principles Bill nonsense goes any further.
In Australia, a police officer has pleaded not guilty to manslaughter in a Sydney court after accusations he tasered a 95-year-old woman. Last year, Senior Constable Christian White and his partner were called to a care home to reports an aggressive resident with dementia was brandishing a steak knife. White's accused of tasering Claire Noland, who died in hospital after falling and fracturing her skull. Pharmac is removing renewal criteria for 3 stimulant ADHD medicines. From December, methylphenidate, dexamphetamine and modafinil will need just the one sign-off from a specialist, not every 2 years. Advocacy group Aurore Retini Aotearoa says the changes will improve productivity for the ADHD community by almost $57 million. Pharmac Chief Medical Officer David Hughes says it will streamline treatment.
Regular monitoring will need to continue to ensure that patients are benefiting from treatment and that the treatment is in line with specialist recommendations.
To sport, and Kiwi Steve Alker is once again the best senior golfer in the world, bagging the PGA Champions Tour's season-long crown for the second time following success in 2022. Former Blues forward Tom Robinson, who retired last month, 1 year into a 3-year contract in Japan, has revealed he contemplated self-harm during his battles with concussion. New Zealand Fast 5 netball captain Michaela Sokolic-Beatson believes the tournament has been important for exposing wannabe silver ferns to the international game and different playing styles. I'm Raylene Ramsey. That is your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update tomorrow morning from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.